What's up, my Yu-Gi Bros? I'm your host, the one, the only, the RJB0. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! In Business Casual. Today, the stupid deck of the month for February. I've been working on this deck ever since Nick Gibson announced his Shadow Blade Turbo to the world, because I used to love doing TeleLAW versus Airblade Turbo matches. I am now working with a TeleLAW deck using Darklaw and the new hero cards to face down Nick's Shadowblade Turbo. We actually gotten to do a duel with that. I will see if we can get a duel in for you, but right now we are looking at a couple of demonstration duels. So far, you can see that I'm facing against a hero mirror match. I am creating two Beals, which I took out the second Beals ever since I had a lot of chances to use Beals in combination with Scrap Dragon and never actually had the Scrap Dragon. So I took out one Beals for a Scrap Dragon, which would have made a little bit of a difference in this game. I might have won a little bit quicker. But you can see that I am using the two Beals, which is something that is possible to do in one turn with this deck, which I really enjoy. Here my opponent made a really huge mistake thinking that he could run over the Beals. It wouldn't have mattered much if he had gone for like a Castel and tried to spin back one of the Beals, because I would have just, attacked over the Castel and continued the game, but he might have survived a little longer, which might have given him an opportunity to beat me, come back from behind. However, I did win that game, and we'll move on to a game where I performed a pretty nasty OTK. One thing I really like about the TeleLAW build is that it really enables OTKs. You have the option to put a lot of big monsters on the field in one turn because of a hero lives, because of Mali, and because of Plague Spreader Zombie and Teleport and all the fun things that I can do with those cards. As you can see, I'm just putting a lot of big monsters on the board in one turn. I put one Beals on the board and just decided to wait with that on the board so that I could have some field presence and not worry about my opponent destroying it during the next turn. And then I got to OTK using that Mass Change second to make Darklaw, put an extra 2,000 damage on the board, and I won the game there. Once again, we have another OTK. I am not making the illusion that this deck wins all the time. These are just some of the better duels. Usually the duels that I lose last a really long time, and I end up stalling for a while, and it's not a lot of fun to watch. But these OTKs are just, they're really fun, and they're actually very frequent. You get these OTKs a lot of the time. Once again, I do not pretend that this is a good deck. It is the stupid deck of the month for a reason. I decided to wait until February to do this because now you guys have the cards to work with if you want to try and make this deck in real life. I do use Lavalval Chain in it, as you will see during the profile portion, and Lavalval Chain, as you guys probably know by now, is ridiculously expensive at the moment. However, you could probably deal without it. I have won a few games because of it, but it isn't entirely necessary to the strategy. Once again, you are going to see me do a heck of a lot of damage with a lot of monsters in one turn, this time against Gagagas. Dark Grepher is really nice to have around because you can do fun things like pitch a Mali to pitch a Plague Spreader and get some plays in along the way, put down a level 8 monster, get that E-Telly in for the other level 8 Synchro, and an OTK. So that's what it looks like when the deck is actually in action. Let's check out the deck itself. We start with the obligatory Dark Arm Dragon 3, Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, who allows you to search for your Destiny heroes and go for Darklaw. 3 obligatory Malis, and 1 Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, because my deck is almost entirely made out of spells, so that's really good. Speaking of entirely made out of spells, we've got Summoner Monk, which can allow you to summon that Shadow Mist. You've got your obligatory 2 Krebens for the E-Telly, 1 Plague Spreader, I don't need any more than that, otherwise it clogs, and your 2 Rhoda targets, which are your Armonite and your Grepher. You've got 2 Rhoda, as opposed to 3, you're really only going to be ever searching for your Diamond Dude and your Dark Grepher and your Armonite, so you don't really need the 3 of the Rhoda, but it is nice to have 2 of them just for the consistency's sake. I run 2 E-Telly, 2 A Hero Lives. I would run 3, but I generally don't want to take out the life points to do it. Of course, you have the MST. 1 Mass Charge also eliminates the need for a 3rd A Hero Lives. And then we've got 2 D-Draw, 1 Allure, 3 Mask Change, just because there are so many heroes in this deck, so many dark heroes, that it allows me to use Mass Change all the time, and a Mass Change second because I have some non-hero dark monsters. Of course, Soul Charge, Snatch Seal, and Raigeki, and then my trap lineup is a Warning, a Compulsory, a Bottomless, and 2 Emptiness. Emptiness is really nice for an Emptiness Key Beetle lock, which is really tough for Shaddolls to get around. They literally have to have a dragon in order to get around it. You've got, of course, 3 Darklaw. I usually make 2 in a game, but it is possible that I'll need a third. HCS Psyhemoth and Goyo for my level 6 Synchro, since I have so many level 2s and level 4s. My level 8s are a Void Ogre Dragon, 1 Beals, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend, 1 Crimson Blader, and then our rank 4 Xyz, we have, of course, Exciton Knight, Laval Chain, Ragna Zero, 1 Master Key Beetle for that Key Beetle Emptiness, and then the obligatory Castel. So that is the deck. I absolutely love playing it. Let me know how you guys would tweak it around. I messed with this deck for a good long time before coming to this build, and I think this is the build that I want to use from here on in. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, let me know why in the comment section below. Of course, subscribe for more decks discussion, analysis, and general Yu-Gi-Oh! Shenanigans. Thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, the one, the only, the RJB0, and I got a jet. See you guys.